Besties, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Zora and I make movie and TV show commentary videos every single Saturday. Last week's video was on the pilot episode of Pretty Little Liars, and today I'll be talking about Invincible. So don't forget to like, comment down below any suggestions you have, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you don't miss a single upload. So let's get into it. So Amazon Prime's Invincible is a superhero show that's animated, and if y'all have seen any superhero video on my channel, you know that I love DC Comics and just am an avid superhero fan, and I love the animated shows for like DC, and so to see another animated superhero show that does really well really made me happy. And a friend actually recommended that I watch this because it wasn't in my like watch list, you know, but I'm glad that I watched it. But I also have a lot of questions. Before I even get into characters and start talking about my general thoughts, I was like, the first episode out, I was very confused because a lot of the characters and like a lot of the references on this show were to DC Comics. And so I didn't know if it was supposed to be like that much of a direct like play on it, because like I'll get into it more when I start talking about like individual characters. But I was really like thrown for a minute because I was like, oh, like some of these references are so spot on that it's just like throwing me because I know them. So first I'm just going to talk about like miscellaneous characters that like I didn't write too much about, because I didn't know with this show how many characters were going to be reoccurring. So I didn't take like in-depth notes about everybody. And then also there were a lot of characters that were just kind of like there for me. Like I didn't have a strong opinion on them one way or another. So for those characters, I won't really talk about because there's not a lot to say. But the first character I want to talk about is Damien Darkblood, the detective. And when I figured out his name, I was like, Damien Darkblood, Damien Dark from Arrow. You know, it never stops. You know, I can connect Arrow to any reference ever. So I was like, oh, you know, I'm clever like that. My mind goes crazy. I really liked Damien. Like, he was the only one, like from the gate at least, that we were made aware of that knew that Omni-Man / Nolan was sus, and I didn't want them to get rid of him. Like, I actually really liked him, but you know, we can't ever have nice things ever. So the next character on my miscellaneous list is William, and he's Mark's best friend, and I didn't really feel one way about him because we didn't know a lot about him and his story except for the fact that he's gay. And so of course I liked him, but it wasn't like I knew a lot about his character to really like him and for him to be one of my favorites. But I liked the fact that he actually called out Mark and was like, you were a horrible boyfriend to Amber. But I will get into Amber because she's my favorite, but I'll get into her later. But he was the only one who, besides Eve, that really called him out and was like, yeah, I feel bad that you're going through this, but you were really horrible to Amber. So I respect him for that. My next miscellaneous character is kind of random, but Titan really got me because I thought like Titan was a good guy, and then he turned out to be like the head of the crime syndicate or whatever. And I was like, oh, not a plot twist actually getting me. I felt a little betrayed. Felt a little betrayed by that, but hopefully we get more of his story and learn more that he's not like a bad guy just taking over for dude. Because at first I was confused. I was like, oh, so was he really in charge and he just wanted to get him out the way, or is he taking his spot? So I want to know more about him because that plot twist really got me and I was feeling a little salty. Okay, now we're going to talk about the characters we know a little bit more about. So Cecil, first of all, Cecil's haircut really bothered me. It made me really uncomfortable. I can't really explain why, it just did. But Cecil, when he was talking about, oh, I need things to not be in black and white, I need to like maneuver in the gray area, I was very confused. And that's probably why he wanted to keep DA around, who was trying to build the perfect human, weirdo. But he's voiced by Ezra Miller. And if you saw my Justice League video, you know that I love Ezra Miller. So for them to be on this show, I was like, oh, that made me so excited, even if it was just like a voice actor and you didn't get to see their face. Like, I love that. When it was revealed that they actually knew that Omni-Man was a little sus and had something to do with it, I was like, so they were bugging his house this whole entire time and they never said anything. And so then, like, if they knew that Omni-Man was sus, why would they send away Damien Darkblood? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And so I feel like Cecil's about to be a little crooked, a little evil too, but am I surprised? No. I feel like I have a lot of short, like, opinions about these characters just because it was only 8 episodes. So it sounded like we got to learn a lot about each one of them. But the next character I'm going to talk about is Rex. I hate Rex. Rex is so trifling. And at first I was like, oh, Rex would be funny if he would just tone it down a little. Like, he was just like too above and beyond, and like the things he would say would have been funny had it not been Rex saying them in the way that he said them, and so that annoyed me. And then he had the audacity to cheat on Adam Eve with Kate. Not one Kate, not 2 Kates, but 3 Kates. That is a sick man right there. That is a sick man. And then he want to talk about, you know, I love you, I'm so sorry, you didn't love me when you were cheating on me with 3 of my friends. 3 of our teammates, no less. Oh my God, Rex is a sick man. And then when the little girl, well, she's not technically a little girl because she's like an adult, but you know what I mean. When she had like read him, it was like, oh, so you must be compensating for something. There must be a, you know, size limit to be here. I lost it because I was like, someone had to say it. Someone had to say it, and I'm glad it was her. When I was watching these episodes, I just kept writing down, Rex is so annoying. The only time I was like on Rex's side was when Robot like used his DNA to make him human. I will get into that when I get to Robot, but when Rex was like rightfully upset, I was like, okay, maybe I can, you know, sympathize with Rex. But that's it. That's the only little leeway I'm gonna give him because I really don't like him like at all. Like, he's not like the worst character on the show, which I will get to later, do not be fooled, but he's up there for me. So since we're already here, let's talk about Robot, aka our pseudo Red Tornado. If you know, you know. But Robot was really confusing me because at first I was just like, oh, like, why is he like attached to Monster Girl? Because Monster Girl is a child with like the mindset, or like she's actually like 24 years old, I think she said, and every time she uses her powers she gets younger. And so I was very much put off by the fact that he was like attracted to her and had an affinity for her, because it would have been fine if it was like an affinity for her in the way that like a guardian has for like a child figure, you know, but he was like romantically attracted to her, so that was very uncomfortable for me. And then I was really confused when he was trying to grow a body, because at first I thought that he was trying to grow a body for Monster Girl so she could be her actual age, but it turns out he was growing a mini version of Rex because he thought Monster Girl was attracted to Rex. It's a whole mess, but he did all that so he could be human to be with her at her young age, but she's actually 24. So you know what, it's so weird. Robot is weird. Then it turned out that the robot we knew was a clone of the real Robot, and so it was just a lot, and Robot's character really confused me and made me very uncomfortable. Monster Girl had every right to be like, you're weird, this is weird, why would you do that? So now he's kind of just stuck in like a tween's body because he wanted to be creepy. Ew. Let me get into one of my other favorite characters besides Amber, Debbie. Debbie deserved so much better, bro. If my husband ever called me a pet to him, oh no, I would have lost it. Bro, imagine the person you've been with for 20 years, you have a whole family with them, you have a son, and he just said that you're basically just a pet to him. Oh my gosh, if men will have one thing in abundance, it is always going to be the audacity. That is so sick. Debbie was really cool, like when her husband was like, you know, doing superhero stuff, she was really understanding and she was never like tripping about stuff. And she only really just wanted to be there for Mark and like on his superhero journey. And then here goes Omni-Man just like ruining everything. Like, oh my God, he's so sick for that. And Debbie deserved so much better. I really liked her, and she's voiced by Sandra Oh, I believe. And I was like, this is so sad. This is so sad. She's like trying to hold it together. And I was like, girl, if you need to break down, we understand. Like, oh my gosh, to hear your husband not only say that, but also beat your son to like a bloody like pulp. Oh my God. That I have to move on. That's so crazy. But I was a little worried for Debbie when she started catching on little by little, because I was like, Omni-Man literally just killed his entire team. So I don't think he's going to be above killing you. So I was very worried that she was about to be next. But alas, she lived throughout the season. So I'm happy about that. So, okay, the next character I'm going to talk about is Adam Eve, aka Fake Starfire. I mean, the references are so obvious, but like, you know, okay, Fake Starfire. I actually liked Adam Eve. I think her name is clever too. I'm sorry. They got some clever names on the show. But I really liked her. All the women in the show deserved better, but are we surprised to see, oh my God, walking in on your man cheating on you with your friend, no less, but 3 of her. Oh, that's so messed up. And I forgot to say when I was talking about Rex, he had told Duplicate that Adam Eve was seeing Mark now, so it was okay. Like, that man is sick. But I did have like a sneaking suspicion that they were going to try to force an Eve and Mark relationship on us. But I'm glad that they didn't do it, at least in this season, because I like Amber so much. But also, like, should Amber and Mark even be together? You know, I'm getting ahead of myself, but y'all know what I mean. I'm just happy that they stayed friends. And I really like how Eve like kind of like forged her own path after dealing with the teen, was it the teen team? Fake Teen Titans. I can't breathe. Oh my God. After she left there and was like, oh, I can do so much good in this world without like having it be about like an alien invasion or like a really big problem. Like, she could save the stuff on a little scale. So I really like that for her. And you know, she built her little like house in the forest. I thought that was so cool. Her powers are also really cool. So I really like Eve. She deserved better. Her parents sucked. Her dad was horrible. Like, things he would say to her, vile. So I'm glad she left. Eve is a good one. I have no complaints about Eve. I'm gonna get to my favorite character, Amber. Of course, Amber is my favorite character. Are you surprised at all? Like, I knew that I liked her when she was like, you know, she knew what she wanted. Like, she was like, I want Mark, and so I'm gonna get him, period. Like, I love that for her. And she just always was never about it, but she did give Mark a lot of chances. Like, first of all, she would give him a lot of chances for being late. And if there's one thing about me that I hate when people are late. Like, if we, like, this is a tangent, but I don't like it when people don't respect my time, as well as just like, we said that we would do this at this time. Like, why aren't you like on time? Like, you knew ahead of time. So that just makes me so upset. So if I was Amber, I probably wouldn't have given him that many chances, but she did. And then, you know, of course, Amber, being a smart girl, she figured it out that he was invincible. I'm pretty sure she figured it out very soon, because he was not good at hiding it at all. Also, I feel like, me personally, if my boyfriend was a superhero, I think I'd be able to tell. I think I'd be able to figure it out. Let me know in the comments down below if you think if your significant other was a superhero, you'd be able to figure it out without them telling you. Because I want to know. I feel like I'd be able to, because I feel like it's so obvious, especially in this like sort of universe. Like, say your dude keeps running off at the same time that there's like a crisis somewhere, and he comes back right after it's over. I feel like it'd be pretty obvious, honestly. Like, secret identities in superhero media is just so funny to me, because y'all never stick to it. Y'all never actually keep that secret. Like, was Mark's identity really that much of a secret? Like, if you really had eyes, you could just tell. Amber really deserved better, because this was going on for months, apparently. Like, I thought it was a much shorter time than that, but apparently it was months and he's doing this. Like, free my girl Amber, but also like I kind of like them together. But then like, you know, I agree that Mark shouldn't be in a relationship right now because he kept stringing along Amber, and Amber was just like, don't do it again. Like, stop doing that. And he was like, okay. And then he would do it again, like not 2 minutes later. So yeah. Also, why am I hearing that people don't like Amber? Why am I hearing that? Why am I hearing that some people think that she's the villain of the show? Y'all aren't slick. Y'all know why y'all think she's a villain of the show. Not y'all, because we have taste, you know, and we understand. But I don't like that. Let me see one tweet on the timeline talking about Amber as a villain of the show. But yep, Amber was giving this dude too many chances, and also they were trying to go to college together. Let me say this now. If you are going into college right now and watching my videos, or you're about to pick a college next year or what have you, never, ever, ever pick a college for someone else. Never in your life do that. Never, ever at all. Because look what happens. Their relationship was so like tumultuous, and then Marcus talking about, oh, we should go to this college together. For what? For what? Because then when y'all break up, y'all gonna be looking stupid in the same university, and y'all gonna have to see each other walking to class every day. Are you serious? No. Do better. Make better decisions and go to college for yourself. That's my little side note. So let's talk about Mark. First of all, Mark Grayson, like Dick Grayson, like Nightwing. Y'all are not slick, bro. Because, okay, if Mark Grayson is Grayson, like Dick Grayson, like Nightwing, and Adam Eve is like Starfire, do y'all see what I'm thinking? Like, I could only see them getting in a relationship in the future. Like, I know that that's the road they're gonna put us on. I like them individually, but I don't know if I'm gonna like them together. I don't know. I would have to see it. Mark got his powers and then decided to get whooped every single episode. Like, he was really trying to test that invincibility every single chance he got, and he got beat by everyone. Like, every single episode, Mark could not breathe without somebody knocking him sideways. I was feeling bad. Like, I wanted to root for Mark so bad, but you embarrassing me, Mark. I can't be out here rooting for you when you go out in them streets to fight somebody and just come back bloodied every single time. Like, I can't root for that because I'm gonna be embarrassed because you're embarrassing. I feel like I'm pretty neutral on Mark for him to be the main character of this show. And y'all know, if y'all have seen most of my videos from before, I'm usually pretty neutral about main characters. Like, they're not usually my favorite, but you know, I like Mark. I can appreciate Mark, and you know, everything that he went through in this show was really messed up because when I talk about Omni-Man, we'll get into it, but when like his dad was just like really like neglectful in the beginning about his powers, like when he like even seemed like even a little disappointed and was like very like aggressive towards him even on the first day of training. Like, he can't get like a warm-up course. Like, we can't like stretch a little bit and like talk about hand-to-hand combat, because that's what Mark needed. Mark needed to, you know, how to throw hands, because super strength is not going to save you in every fight. It's really not, because what if the other person has super strength? What are you gonna do? Because that's what happened when Omni-Man started beating up Invincible. Omni-Man knows how to fight. You don't know how to fight. You're just strong. So it doesn't even make that big of an impact. So that's what he should have been doing. But we know that Omni-Man was up to no good. So of course he wasn't going to actually try to set his son up for success. Of course he wasn't. For a minute, I didn't know if Mark was going to like be on Omni-Man's side just because that's his dad, and you know, he could have been twisted into the dark side. Because, you know, he has his fits of rage, and when he got electrocuted in that one episode and he went like beast mode, I was like, oh, is that kind of what it is? Is there like a switch that kind of like makes them become evil? Because if so, then Mark might end up being more of an anti-hero in future seasons. He might be, because I haven't read the comics, so I don't know a lot about this brand, so I have no idea where this could go in the future. So there's that possibilities are kind of endless for future seasons. Now we must talk about Omni-Man, voiced by V.J. Jonah Jameson. Oh my gosh, that's so cool, bro. How has his name's not J. Jonah Jameson, but how has that actor transcended like comic book genre? Because he was J. Jonah Jameson in Marvel, then he was Detective Gordon for DC, and now he's Omni-Man. He might be the key to solving the fandom debates. He is the one. He has the power. I knew Omni-Man was sus, partially because I kind of knew a little bit about the show. Like, I kind of had a little bit of it spoiled for me. Like, I knew that monologue at the end was going to happen. I just didn't know how exactly we got there. At first, I thought that Omni-Man was being mind controlled by something, because that tends to happen with a lot of like superheroes who have like god level powers. Like, someone ends up like doing some mind control on them to get them to do their deeds. You know, it's pretty common. So I thought that, oh, maybe that's the way that they're going. But no, he's just genuinely evil. But he just came to Earth to colonize it. No comment. No comment. I was not prepared for that first episode, like that brutality. Like, I knew something was going to go down, but I did not know that it was going to be that, because that was brutal. The fights in this show are brutal, especially for it to be an animated show. Like, not a lot of animated shows go in this realm of brutality. So I'm glad that it was animated, because if this was like live action, I probably wouldn't be able to handle it. I'm the type of person that I can do scary stuff, like no problem. But gore, I'm always the type of person that like looks away and like has to like plug my ears and stuff. Like, I don't like watching it. And so even in this cartoon show, that was gory, and all fights after that, gory. It was a massacre. Like, every single episode, a massacre. Also, Omni-Man don't even wear a mask. Are we even trying at this point? Like, he doesn't even have like a secret identity, like a Clark Kent. You know, he puts on his glasses and we all pretend like we don't know that that's Superman. But he just be walking around, no mask. Omni-Man is a sick man for speaking at their funerals, not once, but twice. He killed every last one of them, and he spoke at their funerals. Oh my God, Omni-Man is going to hell. He is a sick man. We're talking about Omni-Man's superpower being like super strength, fight and stuff. Omni-Man's superpower is gaslighting. That's what his superpower is. He was trying to gaslight Debbie, and Debbie was smart. She was like, this kind of doesn't add up. And then when he punched that hole in the wall, dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. Even if he wasn't a superhero, that is a dead giveaway. Omni-Man just says like this cruel stuff with like no inflection in his voice. Like, he's not even like saying it like with anger or like sadness. He just says it, and that's what's so unsettling about it, because you know that he means it and he doesn't even think anything of it. Like, when he was like beating Mark up like all throughout the world, he not a care in his voice, and that's supposed to be his son. Like, oh my gosh, it reminded me of, you know how in The Flash, the TV show, when Zoom had broke Barry's back and was like dragging him all around Central City to show everyone. That's what it reminded me of, in just terms of like, oh my goodness, there's no redemption arc, and I hope he doesn't get one, because he doesn't deserve it. What does he need a redemption arc for? He meant every word. He meant what he said. That train scene, I think in the last episode, oh my goodness. Like, he was using Mark's body to just kill everybody. And they were just, it was so, oh my, nightmares. I'm not gonna actually have nightmares about it, but like nightmare inducing. That is terrifying. Omni-Man is a sick man. Oh my goodness. And then he like disappeared into space. We know he'll be back to wreak havoc, and like they need to find a way to kill him. They really do, because this whole he can never die thing is not gonna work out, because one way or another Earth is gonna fall to Viltrum. I think that's the alien country. They're gonna fall to Viltrum if they don't figure out a way to defeat him, and Mark's supposed to be the way to do it, but Mark just got dragged all over the world, beaten till he's like just bones, essentially. We might need to come up with a backup plan, guys. We need to go back to the drawing board and, you know, figure this out, because we're kind of a little screwed. I will never forgive Omni-Man for what he did to Debbie. That a pet, I'm never gonna get off of that. A pet that broke my heart. And I'm not even Debbie. So those are my general thoughts about Invincible. I will be rewatching it multiple times because I feel like I missed a lot of things. Maybe I'll have to update this video when new seasons come out because that was a wild ride for it to only be 8 episodes. I really liked how every episode they would find a way to cut to the Invincible like title screen. So it'd be like, oh, he's title screen Invincible. Like, I think that's really clever. And I think that they like beautifully animated like the sky scenes. And I thought those are really pretty because I just love like that kind of stuff. The DC references were definitely killing me. I really don't know if that's supposed to be that intentional or if I'm looking too into it. Maybe I'm too big of a DC fangirl. I'll never stop though. I really won't. I love this style of animated shows. Like, I like shows like this, like Harley Quinn, like Young Justice and Avatar: The Last Airbender, like shows that are more like adults, because you know, like cartoon shows are usually made for kids, and so to see more adult animation is really fun, and I love seeing shows like this. Also, when I watch animated shows, I like it when each episode connects, and I know that that's primarily because a lot of animated shows are geared towards kids, so you can have like every episode not connect because you can tune in whenever and still be able to watch it. But I like it when there's a linear story, so that's one thing I also really liked about it. This voice cast is incredible. How could it not be incredible when you have Mark Hamill on your cast? The Mark Hamill. That's only setting you up for greatness. Like, am I supposed to not be a fan and you have dude here? Like, there's no way. Like, of course I'm gonna be obsessed with the show. Also, anime gore still gets me. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, that was the same experience I had when I was watching the Harley Quinn animated show. Like, even if I know that it's drawn, like it's not real gore, I still can't take it. I don't know what it is. I really did like Invincible. I think it's in my top 5 animated shows. My top 5 animated shows, in case anybody wanted to know, is Avatar: The Last Airbender in that #1 spot, then Young Justice, The Boondocks, Harley Quinn, and now Invincible. So those are my thoughts on season 1 of Invincible. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of the show, and don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, all the good stuff so you don't miss a single upload, and I'll see you in the next one.